We do what it takes to help people with mental illness live successful lives in the community.
Coast Mental Health serves over 3,000 people every year. This is one story. Like many of us, Mark came to Canada with a dream for success. He had a happy marriage, close friends, and all the good things life had to offer.
I was making $22 an hour, and everything was great. We traveled a lot during those days. And then the mental illness happened. I was on a job, working on a job, and suddenly I noticed that something happened in my head. Like feeling that something inside your head, it's like touched or moved.
What began as a strange sensation spiraled out of control into schizophrenia. He lost his job, his family, his home.
There it is. In a matter of 3 years, I went from a very successful and happy person to total suicidal maniac and alone, running in the streets, not knowing where I'm going.
For the individual, there's a lot of shame and a lot of lost hope and expectations that maybe families had for them. When they've been diagnosed with a mental illness, they almost immediately become marginalized from the rest of society.
Mark ended up on the downtown east side.
You rent a room, you go there, you go to sleep, and you wake up and your clothes are gone, and you have to go in your underwear to social office. The cheaper the place, the worse the places.
5 years, 4 months, and 23 days in and out of 10 by 10 rooms. So many he stopped counting. None of them safe, none of them home.
The need is so great. And so it could take many, many years for someone to actually get into adequate supported housing.
Coast couldn't provide Mark with a place to live right away, but they could give him somewhere safe to spend his days.
When I got to Coast, suddenly I said, okay, I'm in the right spot and I don't mind being here. At least it's a very good start.
What Coast does is treat people with respect. They recognize that they're valued human beings. The clubhouse and the resource center are places, community places where people can come, get a meal, meet with other people, get working on some of those other goals. Hope and respect and all those things really are key to people being able to jumpstart to the rest of their lives.
On April 14th, 1999, with the support of Coast, Mark's long wait for a home finally ended. An apartment in a brand new Coast building in the heart of the city.
The problems were over is when I moved to Hooper. I think the most important thing is you got a place.
The key, I think, for the majority of the people we work with is the support piece, having a staff connection. That person is actually able to help people through the bumps so that they don't get evicted and lose their housing again.
I feel safe, I feel it's more mine than I can ever feel. I have my place, and they allowed me to make it to my liking. They say, Mark, you can live here for as long as you want. You can live here forever.
Mark just celebrated his 12th anniversary at the Hooper Apartments. His journey may be forever, and Coast Mental Health will be there to help him every step of the way. With its full range of programs, people can and do recover from mental illness to live happy and fulfilling lives.
It took me 10 years of enjoyment of building your own home. And of course, if you live in a healthy way for 10 years, then you don't even remember what mental illness is unless people come and want to do an interview with you.
If we can create one housing spot for a person with mental illness, we know that they will not need hospitals, they won't need jails, they won't need as much clinical support because they'll be able to access it better themselves, and they'll be healthier and more productive in our community.
But the need is still overwhelming. For every Mark, thousands still wait for a safe home they can call their own. Please help us continue the vital work we do. Only with your support can Coast Mental Health build better communities, better homes, and better lives.